the Nkuhuma Lioness and the 3 little cubs. Look at that. This is so exciting. This is the first time I've seen them. Oh my goodness, they are adorable. So we're just going to move forward a little bit so the other cars can also see. And I'm just going to stop and let her walk towards us. Clicks. It's my camera. And I hope you guys are getting screenshots of these incredible little babies. Look at that. Oh, she's just... Ooh, I need to change all my settings from last night. Now, I know one thing James and I agree on, that little lion cubs are possibly the cutest thing in the world. They're you lazy lion. Look at them, aren't they just cute? Well done, Mom. They are just absolutely amazing little creatures. At the moment, they're about the size of a domestic house cat. Look at that, she's going to walk right between the Djuma vehicles. Look at them, off they go. Oh, I didn't even manage to snap a shot. But she's about to go into the river system. Now, strangely enough, heading into the same river system where I saw Karula's cubs when they were a few hours old. Well, cub is a strong point. You can see movement behind a bush. Wait, there we go. So all 3 are suckling at the moment. Now, she has chosen a good spot to stop. There's lots of little hidey spots for the cubs if she leaves them. Thirsty little blighters. And I'm surveying the surrounding landscape, and there is a chance to inspect us. So what we're going to do is, I'm pretty sure it's going to take me about 5 or 6 minutes, but I can maneuver around next to them. Oh, you can hear them. I'm just going to keep very, very quiet for a second. You can just hear them, this little... They're growling at each other while they're suckling. Listen to that, isn't that incredible? Very upset with each other. Guys, there's six teats. No need for argument. Look at that. Wow. So upset with each other. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to try and get ourselves into a better position. Of course, as you can see, there's a fair amount of worry between us and the lions. And I get there. And because of the little monsters. So we've managed to get to her. And unfortunately, they're still in the thicket, but we are quite a bit closer. Now, I'm just going to try roll forward. I reckon if I can get 10 centimeters further than where we are, we're going to get the best view. Of course, I'm quite worried about being stuck here because there's no real way out. Here we go. Look. That one seems to be the bravest because it actually started stalking us. We were trying to maneuver through the bush. Tired. It's a tired kitty. So as I said, if you want to know how big these lion cubs are, they're about the same size as a domestic house. Except even a cub this size, if it got into an argument with a domestic house cat, it would. Now, this is what I've seen. At the moment, I can't tell how many boys, how many girls. I think what we're looking at is a little boy, and that's purely based on behavior. Look at that. Oh, it's tired kitty. Now, of course it's a boy because it's got its tongue half stuck out of its mouth while it goes to sleep. I'm pretty sure that's a little boy. I can't really tell the other two. Oh, here comes another one. So it's coming. It's coming. Oh, it's going to lie down. Go. Oh, they are just too wonderful. Oh, I'm going to chew a stick. So, of course, they are teething to a degree. They're going to lose their milk teeth quite quickly. And drainage line, and I know we're going black screen, but should I try move back a little bit higher?
Yep.
Okay, we're just going to try move back a couple of centimeters. They reacted when I started the car, but I'm going to let the car run for a second. And here we go. You can see naughty little monsters. We'll just try to go back a bit. Move when I touch the branch. Ooh. Okay, picture's back. There we go. Look at that. And I do apologize for the black screen. Chosen a wonderful spot for the cubs, but of course that is not the best spot in the world for our signal. And as you can see, so two of the cubs are directly behind her, but the one is keeping a very close eye on us. And it's about half a meter closer than Mom is to us, giving us the lion's eye through the thicket. The other two look like they're suckling again, and unfortunately her back is to us, so that is the cub we can see at the moment. There we go, and just see that, oh no, what are they up to back there? Not suckling, playing, wrestling with each other. Look, so glorious. Now, we're going to stay here for a little bit, but I think we're probably going to leave her. I'm pretty sure she's going to be here. Oh, wait. No, going to snooze. Oh, wait, sorry, Dave. Back, at the back. Now, James has apparently named these cubs Jerry, Louise, and Kirsty. And I think there's a male involved, so it's going to be a bit interesting. He's going to have, he's going to be confused. We probably could call the male Jerry, but Jerry is obviously Geraldine. Hello. Now that's the one I think is a little male. And you can see that little white in the corner of the eye. That's just dust buildup. Oh, I can't help myself. Clickety click, click, click through the bushes. Well, hi, Terry. Terry is in Oklahoma. And Terry would like to know, what is the probability of all three of these cubs and Karula's cubs surviving to maturity? Now, if you take the law of averages out in the bush, it's not very good, unfortunately. Leopard and lion cubs have about a 75% mortality rate until they reach a year old. So once they're a year old, well, with leopards, their mortality rate drops to almost sort of 10-12%. So it's very unlikely after they reach a year. But lion cubs, even after their year, lion cubs only reach that sort of stage when they're about 3 years old. And that's due to the fact of the male lion coalition takeovers, and that the fact that a male lion's reign at the top, the reign supreme, is a lot shorter than a male leopard's. So it's if we take it, the chances are more than likely, and I would love to be wrong on this, is that only one out of these 3 cubs is going to survive to maturity. Now, with the Birmingham boys being a big and strong coalition, it's possible that all 3 will survive. But over lions in general in this area, if we speak about mean averages, it's more than likely only one of the 3 will survive to maturity. Of course, I hope I'm decidedly wrong, but unfortunately, nature is a very harsh place. Now, Michael's posed a very, very interesting question. What would happen if the Birmingham boys found these cubs without the lioness? Would they know that they're theirs? Being where we are, which is sort of the core of the Birmingham's territory, they probably would. But the Birminghams being first-time fathers, it's very difficult to say. But from what I've heard from the other guides and how they react with the Styx cubs, I think there wouldn't be a problem. So if they hadn't had interactions with other cubs, there is always the possibility they might eat them. And male lions are well known for eating their own offspring, but it seems like the Birminghams are not that type of male lion at the moment. So fortunately, I think it'll all be happy days. But you never know till it happens. That's the thing out here. I mean, what a way to come back from leave. I mean, Nkuhumas and male lion last night, and then I'm just absolutely ecstatic to be able to see these little delectable monsters. And Safari Dean's wondering at what age does the male start outgrowing his siblings? Probably around now we might start noticing a slight difference, but in a month or so it'll be a very noticeable difference. Or not very, but start getting taller in the shoulder. And from behavior, it's generally the best way to tell. Now, I'm by no means sure that it's one male and 2 females. I haven't actually been able to have a good enough look, and as you can see, we're right in the middle of a thicket. But just from behavior, and I said I might be wrong, from behavior it looks like one male, and the other 2 maybe females, or maybe there's a shy male. So I can't say for certain what the sexes of the cubs are yet. But with her being on Djuma, we've got a really good chance of being able to decipher that little conundrum, and hopefully we'll maybe even be able to decipher it on the sunset safari. Siblings, males given the chance will mate with their mothers, believe it or not, and incest in big cats is actually not that uncommon. And with lions, they can inbreed for up to sort of 6 generations without any medical defects or problems. But after that, it becomes a very big problem. You start getting stunted growth and very strange things like that. But in an open system like this, which we open to like 8.5 million acres of Greater Kruger National Park and Transfrontier Park, that the genetics move around enough. So it's very uncommon for a male lion to stay for multiple generations. So normally, and if we look at the Matimbas, who used to be the dominant males in this area, when their current set of cubs with the Nkuhumas, which is now the female who started mating, so she's just under 4 now. So male lion tenure sort of only lasts 4 or 5 years. and in very extreme cases, it goes longer than that. And in that way, it's how that they stop incest. That a new bunch of males sort of come in on average. It's not obviously not an exact science, every 4 years, and that sort of stops incest. But in rare cases, they do mate with their daughters, but it's not as big a problem with lions, and especially not in an open system like this. So it looks like the Nkuhuma little family is going to sleep, and we're probably going to try find a way out of here shortly. We're just going to leave them be for a while. Mom's asleep, and all 3 cubbies are asleep. Oh, Mom's just lifted her ears when I said she was asleep. And don't think we're going to see too much more movement here at the